Hello, welcome to tonight's episode. As you see, when that banner is blank like this is about support. This is my way of saying support the people that are silent. A lot of people in today's time have built up hurt in them and they're silent. Just like the color of this wall is white, but it's silent. And we're dealing with an epidemic of a lot of people committing suicide. Suicide, depression, and have no way of reaching out to someone. They have phone numbers available. They have places that you can go. I go to a support group for me. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Getting help and getting support. As a wife and a mother in today's time, it is no joke. It is real serious. Between social media, between parenting, always upgrading, always trying to keep up with your looks, always trying to keep your house managed, working a job, running a business. The workload just on alone as a woman in today's time is very, very overwhelming. And this is why this is important to talk about, because we got a lot of people committing suicide. We need support groups. We need people to help make other people talk. We need counselors. We need people that can reach people that are lost and have no one to talk to. And I was in those shoes, and that's what tonight's show was about. Getting support, getting help. I don't have a phone number, but I will tell you about support groups, because support groups is another way to help us deal with the epidemic of suicide. It's sad in today's time how people are just dropping, killing themselves, giving up on life, because I can't take it no more. And as we know, a lot of people are silent, quiet, just silent, killing themselves. I mean, why? They're trying to talk and nobody wants to listen. People are too proudful. People don't want to share the hurt. People don't want to embarrass their families. I've been there. I was depressed myself in the beginning part of my life because I was emotionally wounded. It was my past, but I was really emotionally wounded. And I had to lose my kids. And I had to check myself in. And I didn't check myself in. I was forced to get in. And being that I was forced to get in, I had to learn how to talk. And I didn't know how to talk. I did not know I had a problem. I didn't know I was depressed. And I was emotionally, just so much built up emotions in me. I was in there for 3 months, releasing all of the hurt that I had nobody to talk to. And that's how serious it is to get help. Please get help. Let me continue. In today's time, it is no joke. I was severely hurt emotionally. I had lost my kids, lost my relationship with my husband. And they said to me I needed help. I needed to talk about my problems. I needed to deal with my problems. And I needed to face life. We needed solutions. We need places to go to just to talk without being judged, cussed out, condemned, labeled, judged. No, I'm not pretty. When I mean I'm not pretty, I'm pretty on the inside, but I'm not a glamour woman. No, I don't have a lot of income. I do have a lot of wisdom, but I don't have a lot of things like people expect you to have in today's time. And they disqualify you and make you feel worthless. But I still had to get help to talk about it, because it's a struggle when you could go to places and people not accept you because you don't have weave in your hair, or you're not big, and you're not according to our clique. You can't come in. You're not invited, or you can't come to our church because you don't dress right. So it's very cruel out here. And when you don't have no one to talk to or someone to share that pain with, it builds up in you. And it comes slowly and slowly. And some people have girlfriends to talk to. Some people have relatives to talk to. Some people have co-workers to go to. And I remember a point in time when I was working, I loved my job. My job was like a social group, because it was about helping people. And when I lost my job, I felt so lost, empty, like it was the end of the world. And the one thing that I did, I put all those feelings and I kept it inside of me. And it is not healthy. It is not healthy to keep all of that hurt from your past, from relationships, and never communicating about it properly. Sometimes people need to pay a therapist just to hear them talk. That's how healthy it is to talk. Sometimes people have to write out their feelings in a journal just to get it out of them. And a lot of people don't have those resources. So what they tend to do is take another route of dealing with it. Sometimes it's drugs. Sometimes it's acting out. Sometimes it's being promiscuous. There are all type of form and ways, but we need support groups. We need places to go to talk about our hurt without being judged. And that's how I got help. And that's how I got healed. And that's why I'm constantly talking about this suicide situation that's going on in today's world. It's serious. Kids from 12 to 22 are killing themselves. They can't handle the pressure of life. They can't handle dealing with being bullied. They can't handle. My kids suffer from it. And I'm constantly trying to reinforce, and it's hard because they making it that much challenging them for them to pass tests, or you can't get this job, or you can't go to the next level, And I went through that myself, and that's why I'm talking about myself and my situation. A lot of eyes are opening because so many people are committing suicide, and we need support groups. We need those aides. We need people to just reach out and talk to somebody before you take your life, before you think it's the end of your world. If your partner leave you or you lost a loved one, you have to go through the process and get help. And getting help isn't easy. It's not easy to talk about something that's so touching and emotional for you. Losing my dad was very emotional for me. And I just worked, but I never talked about it. And when I went to therapy and I talked about it, and I didn't know I had all that built up in me, I was really, really surprised. And that showed me a reality check. I seriously was sick because I didn't talk. So we need support groups. We need people to go get help. Please don't think you can just handle this whole world all on your own shoulders by yourself. And people are giving up. This is why, to me, I'm not speaking for every woman, a lot of women don't want to be married. They don't want to chase behind a man. They don't want the stress of mothering a man or taking care of the children or chasing behind kids. They rather just chill, have fun with their girlfriends, be themselves, and get your pleasure, get your groove on. And that's cool. And one thing that we tend to forget, we're in a world of difference. Everybody is different. But everybody can go to a support group and get help too. Don't all think that it's all cool and dandy all the time because you partying and clubbing at the same time. You still can come home to an empty house and you're alone and you can want to hurt yourself because you have no one there to rescue you. You're in a bed by yourself. You have no one to call. You're all alone. And I've been there. And the one thing that I used to do, I pray. But not everybody is religious, and that's cool. But go to a support group. Go somewhere safe to talk. There are people who will help you and support you. Don't give up on life to where you just want to cut your life off short. I became a workaholic. And workaholic, it ain't no different than a drug addiction or shopaholic or just acting out, period. Just get help. It's not too late. Don't hang up on life. You don't have to just give your life away and think nobody cares because you're going through some rough times right now. There are better days coming. There are support groups out there that will give you wisdom. The rule of just for today. That is so powerful. 12 promises. You're not alone. Let it go. It's okay to live your life with unsolved problems. Sometimes we think we can solve every problem our kid go through. No, we cannot. Sometimes you think you can do whatever it takes to keep that man. No, you cannot. Sometimes you think you do everything to please a family member. No, you cannot. You still have to love yourself, like yourself, and accept that it's okay if I'm not liked. It's okay if I don't look glamorous. It's okay if I don't have kids. That's all I have to say for tonight. Thanks for watching this show. I'm Kenyatta Delgado. Love, peace, and happiness, and go to support groups. Thanks for letting me share. Good night.